All right, we are back. Hope you guys liked those images. Those were, again, courtesy of Asher, player of Higgimus, and very, very nice. Everyone has already swapped out their character portraits and tokens, as you've noticed, but you got to see the higher resolution images there. Okay, so everyone has rolled for initiative. Basically, what happened was this large lump dropped down from the cliffs above as you approached. Large white lump. Ockar, when this was happening, you were checking on Biomulf. That's why you were surprised. Um, so let's go ahead and get back into combat. All right.
Cool.
Leva. You're casting magic missile. It's a surprise round. You can't cast spells. You could have used your wand.
Oh, would that have worked? I'd be.
You're adding two more, so that's 5.
Yeah, it would be 5.
Okay, you'd be in the same place. So, go ahead and.
I used the wand.
Okay.
Magic missiles.
2.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll for damage.
What was that? The 2d4 plus 2, wasn't it? Something like that. Not bad.
Okay. You point the wand at this white lump as it's falling down, plopping down on the ground in front of Higgimus, and just without thinking, you just pull out the wand and call out the command word, and 2 missiles fly out from the tip and impact into the creature.
It's not a lump of snow, though.
It's clearly moving, so no.
It's animated snow.
It is animated, and it moves up to attack Higgimus. What? No, stop that. There we go.
I was waiting for it.
A portion of the lump kind of shoots out and lashes at you, Higgimus.
Lashes? Yeah.
And you're able to step back away from it.
Oh, thank goodness.
And just,
dramatic step back.
It's a news of some sort, I'm guessing.
Swooshes on by. It is your turn, Higgimus.
I'm going to call upon the power of my sword.
Okay.
Okay.
Very nice.
Well, at least that's 6 hit points. I won't have to heal back.
Mm-hmm.
Lafdul's untying, eh?
Yeldan. So you've heard shouts and cries from up ahead. Leva whip out her wand, and the missiles fly by, so you know that something's going on up there.
So I'm gonna move here. Gives me sights of whatever's attacking Higgimus. Called shot, hey? Called shot. There isn't really a specific thing I can target on there, is there?
If you're
not to hit allies.
Yeah, but you can still use called shot to hit allies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. To not hit allies, I should say.
So add 4 to.
All right, that's a hit.
4 from that.
That is going to be a hit. Are these the magical arrows?
No, not using magic arrows,
Okay.
but magic bow. So still +1.
All right. Your arrow sinks into the body of it, and as it does so, you see some something rise from it, steam or smoke or something like that. And the tip of the arrow, the end of the arrow actually breaks off and falls to the ground.
Ruh-roh.
Lafdul.
So I won't be able to.
I'm
No, that arrow's going.
untying myself.
You're untying yourself? Okay.
Can I draw a weapon?
Yeah, you
shield?
can have your weapons out. That's fine.
I get my short sword and shield out.
Okay. Braxon, your turn.
Braxton's going to rush up beside Higgimus and have a swipe at the thing that's attacking Higgimus.
Okay. Keep in mind that you're pulling everyone behind you on the rope.
That's true. How easy can Braxton get off the rope?
Full round to untie yourself.
So not now.
No.
That's what Lafdul was doing.
Well, I
He's
mean,
not
you
gonna
already
die in one
rolled
round.
to attack, so that's what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go to there.
Okay, that does yank forward everyone behind you.
Including me, because I'm untying myself.
No, you got yourself untied just in time, and it didn't pull.
Yeldan, that means Yeldan isn't pulled because he's on a different rope entirely.
Yeah, you were tied to the sled.
No, I was tied to Lafdul because I realized how much of a bad idea
okay.
that was.
Well, you're not tied to him anymore because he untied both.
Yep.
Okay, Braxon, that is a hit.
Woohoo! So am I going for the small or the
It's small, medium.
large? Right, small, medium. That's D8 plus something. I'll work it out in a second. Plus something, plus a bit more because I've got the extra strength. Is it +1 today?
It's +3 today.
I think I have +4 written in there next to the flaming.
Well, I mean, you get additional bonuses as well. +1 weapon, +2 for specialization, and normally a +1 for strength. So that's where the +4 is coming from.
Right.
So it's an additional 2 on top of that. So +6.
Right, so +6.
So 12 points of
so it'll be
damage.
12. Not bad.
Fire damage though, on a creature of the cold.
Yeah, well, that's why Braxton thought he'd use the flaming sword.
You swing your blade down at the amorphous object in front of Higgimus, and
Does he get
Yeah.
the extra damage for a flaming weapon?
I added some extra in.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're meant to write that in or you.
No, it's secret old mechanics that we're
No,
not supposed to know
that's
about.
why I was asking.
Until you know, and now you may know after all of this. So,
Alright.
you bring your flaming blade down, and it cleaves right through the creature.
It's dead,
No,
or is it split into two?
it splits into 2.
Oh!
Oh god, who's got blunt weapons?
Braxton elbows Higgimus and says, we got one each now.
Great.
All right, second arrow from Yeldan, a second attack from Braxon.
I guess I'll make another one.
Piercing attack shouldn't separate them, it should just go through them.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
why he didn't split when I hit him.
Yeldan, I assume you were going for the new split next to in front of Braxon.
Yep.
Okay.
Because that one's the only one I have a real angle on.
Yeah.
Realistically.
I figured.
So.
I mean, you
Yes.
could have shot between the two. That's what you're doing if you're doing called shots.
Can you do not to masticate, can you do 2 called shots?
Yeah.
I mean, you can do
Alright.
called shot with every single attack.
I didn't know, that was all.
Yeah.
I
Called
thought
shot
it was...
is just called shot
Yeah,
is
if you're taking aim, you're taking time to shoot. You're not shooting fast.
But that's more
That's-
represented by the fact that you're getting
There's
a
a
penalty
penalty.
to hit.
Alright. No, that's fun. I didn't know, so
I mean,
was clarifying that.
the attack rate that you get in a 1-minute round is already taking into account the fact that he's carefully aiming as opposed to just firing and forgetting kind of thing. All right, but your arrow does sink into it, and again, you see a sizzling or smoking come out, and the back end of your arrow does break off and drop down to the ground next to it.
It doesn't make another one though, does it?
No, it did not.
No.
But Braxon, the surprise of this thing splitting in two, your second blow goes wide as you attempt to take into account for this this change of situation.
Yeah.
Okay. New initiative time.
Okay. I guess we should all move to ranged weapons, but it's too late now.
Oh, no, you got bashing weapons. That'll work.
Yeah, you can switch to your default form, right, and use it as a weapon.
Or use it as a spear or something.
Oh yeah, spear is piercing.
My short sword's piercing, so.
Can Braxon press the buttons on the weapon and change form without losing a round?
Yeah. If your plan is to attack with one of the other weapons, yeah.
Yeah.
Or with its default form.
Yeah, let's go for the default form.
Okay.
I don't think I've got.
That's a club.
It's mace.
Yeah, I don't think I've got a button for that.
Yeah, you just probably hit the flaming sword button again and it reverts back.
No, I mean I haven't got a button on Roll20 for doing that.
That is going to be where's my list?
I've done a roll with a +0.
Modify it by 5.
Adding 5 or subtracting 5?
Adding 5.
Adding 5. So I got
Got
14.
speed weapon speed of 5.
Yeah.
Right. Surprise round over.
Yes. Yeah. So you can roll.
Okay.
So I'll be
Okay.
19.
So I think that's +4 to me.
Don't forget you're tied up.
Yeah, you're still tied up. You got pulled forward by Braxon.
If you go forward, you'll be pulling lever.
Right. So what kind of roll would it be to undo it now? Should I
And
untie
take
myself?
into...
It takes
Sorry.
your whole round to untie yourself.
What I will say, have you been paying attention to what's been happening to the creatures?
I know that they've been splitting each time you chop them.
Alright. Then I won't say any more.
I mean, there's enough slack on the rope that you could pull Leva forward to be right behind Higgimus, and then you could go to the side.
Yeah,
of
I think I'll do that, and I'll advance forward, and I'll let my wolf join into the fight too.
Okay.
So. So I don't think I was added to the initiative yet. So.
Yeah, you didn't click on your token.
He didn't use the macro.
All right.
I'll add you. There you go.
Thank
you're in.
you. 12. Yes, that log is hell last name. I forgot about it.
Okay, everyone has.
Good thing Leva's going fast this time around.
She went fast last time too. Everyone rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just Ockar pulling her around would interrupt the spell otherwise if she wasn't.
All right. The creatures swipe at Higgimus and Braxon.
Cut it out.
And it does manage to hit you, Braxon.
Ouch.
Even with his armor, amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, the one guy with the armor, I guess it. See, you should do what Higgimus does, just dodge out the way instead.
I'm wearing armor.
You
Yeah.
are armor.
So Braxton's going to try and suck healing out of the creature when he hits it.
So Braxon,
Do you have to make it sound so wrong?
a pseudopod forms out of this new creature in front of you, and slams into you with great force. With a great grunt, you take 17 points of damage as it impacts on your chest.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Also, you're still wearing your parka over your armor, right? Just because.
Brax?
Yeah. So the front of that parka starts sizzling and melting.
Oh, great. Well, at least Braxon is
So acid.
yeah.
Something. Higgimus, you managed to sidestep the creature's blow in front of you.
Oh, thank goodness.
I can move. Yeah, I can move to there.
Lafdul, your turn.
I was going to join in melee, and I like.
Well, if that's what you rolled,
You're like,
Oh.
Lafdul's like, no, thank you.
Can I fight defensively?
yes, you will get an increase, but you won't actually be attacking. You'll basically be parrying its blows, and you'll get an increase to your armor class.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm essentially tanking. if it decides to
Okay,
attack me.
so your armor class will be increased by half of your level. Whatever your highest level is.
So it's free anyway.
Okay, so your armor class is increased by 3.
All right, yeah, I've always got a funny armor class.
Okay.
Now that I see the acid, I'm not sure if I would be able to bite these things.
Leva, your turn.
Magic missiles.
Okay, are you splitting them, or are you targeting all in one?
I am turning them all on one because I don't know whether they split even further if I. And then we'd have 4. This way we'd only have 3.
Okay.
You know, you
No,
only
no,
hit it
no, no,
once
no,
with
no, no,
magic.
no, no. Let her go. That's fine. That's her
Alright.
decision. Okay. You get 4 missiles. Which one are you targeting?
The one in front of Higgimus.
Give
Okay.
me a second.
Nice.
Okay. You as Ockar's beginning to move around you, but luckily before he tugs on the rope at all, or at least enough to disrupt your spell, you get the incantation off, and 4 missiles streak over Higgimus's head and around him, and slam into the amorphous blob in front of him, and it just kind of splatters into goo on the ground, and it is
Good.
dead.
Is there any splash damage from?
No, it just
Okay.
it
Awesome.
dies. I'm just giving you
Nice.
a description. Higgimus.
All right. Since Higgimus noticed that Braxton's sword split it, he's going to whack it with the mace to stun. Is what?
Okay, so you're dropping the sword and pulling out the mace.
Do the stun attack. My attack is 14.
That's a hit.
And this is a normal size thing, right?
Your strength should be back to normal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's not that much.
But you bring the mace down on top of this significantly smaller blobby creature, the newly split one, and with this blow from the magic hammer, magic mace, I'm sorry, it kind of splutters and oozes out. The membranes burst and it just oozes into a puddle.
Oh,
It didn't hit me though, right?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going to
My
go
parka.
over. I'm going to go over to Braxon and use lay on hands on him after the fight's over.
Okay.
Yeah, can we assess
Or-
that his armor isn't melting? Like, put
Or-
snow on it or something.
14 hit points to Braxton.
His armor is fine. No.
And the parka, though, on the other hand.
No damage to the armor. Yes, the center of the parka is just gone. You know, the edges are ragged and everything like that. It's probably enough that you could get some other cloth and stuff that you had, and like
Field repair.
yeah, do kind of a basic field repair, and it would be okay. Luckily, Braxon doesn't really need that though.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well, he doesn't feel the cold, so.
So
So
yeah,
why are you
healing.
wearing the parka anyway, Braxon?
As a show of solidarity.
Yeah. So yeah, healing Braxon. So just a
Plus
base
14.
points Braxon. Yeah.
I sent you a PM. I'm not sure. I think that was my AC though.
Yeah, so Braxton would probably take his parka off and put snow on the melted bits to stop any sort of damage carrying on. I think he will try and patch it up later,
Okay.
just in case he has to give it to anyone else.
Yeah, in case somebody else gets their parka ruined.
Nobody
Yeah.
by any chance had the mend spell, do they?
No.
No.
Okay.
What was these things?
Yeah.
The best word I
This-
can think
these-
of for them is ooze.
Can I put some of this? Can I somehow find where this acid is coming from and put some in a vial?
I mean, the remains of the creatures are on the ground. You can scoop some of it
Yeah,
up
I want
into,
to try to. I want to scoop some up into a glass vial.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to take some back to the ribbon.
Yep.
Braxton turns to Higgimus and says, "Sorry, mate, but there's no head to put on the wall."
That's fine.
You got the parka.
I don't want one of these things anyway.
So you
Laugh.
are you taking any extra precautions other than the glass vial?
I'd rather not lose my gloves. I can heal my hands.
Okay.
It's,
I'm doing this without my gloves on.
Any what
he's
what is
asking in
the
case
what is the top on the vial?
Oh, I don't know. I assume that the standard.
Cork.
Well, I think. Yeah.
Standard cork.
Thing is, what's my acid ones contained with?
Those are probably in well, I mean, like acid doesn't necessarily interact with, like metal eating acid wouldn't necessarily interact with wood. Wouldn't necessarily do anything to wood.
Oh,
Your
this might
your
be-
acid is metal eating acid.
Yeah.
so it doesn't eat.
I might
Lever
have
would
to.
try and get vials.
You have
with
a metal?
Yeah, I do have, but it means I would have to transfer. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I would have to transfer a vial. Oh no, I got empty vials, 5 metal. That's what I used my temporary healing potions in. I could just use one of them.
Okay.
Don't
I've
you
got
have a
glass
vial with
vials.
a glass top?
Metal. You might want the glass vial actually.
I'll take them. Can I use the metal vial
Yes.
lid in the glass vial?
Because the metal ones probably have screw tops.
The reason why glass is probably immune to acid. Immune to
Yeah, but
water.
the top isn't.
Hold on.
Well, if
It
you have a glass top, then it is.
It didn't affect Braxton's armor, so I think it probably just eats organic material.
Yeah, but
Or it just-
acid generally loses its potency once it starts eating through stuff.
I was saying that if you had a metal stopper or metal lid, then you
I can
probably-
try a metal vial. I mean, I can lose a vial at the end of the day. I just have to use glass vials for my temporary healing potions if it gets destroyed.
Okay. So you scoop some
I'm
up
going to use a
in
metal vial.
a metal screw cap vial.
And I'm just going to have to observe it to see if it starts melting through.
Seems fine. Doesn't seem to react to it at all.
All right,
You
now
do get some on your hand, and it does burn.
yeah, but I didn't want it going through my Parker gloves.
Yeah.
It's like, no, not losing them. I can heal my hand.
That's
Does-
a good point actually. Never did harm the metal weapon.
How much do I take any damage from that?
No, not enough. It just
That was his flavor.
it just burned your fingertips a little bit, but not enough to be permanent or
What
cause
should I
lasting injury.
list this
And
metal acid as?
So it's some sort of white goo or ooze. It's
Use
not.
acid.
It's fairly viscous.
Viscous white use acid. That's
Do
what
you
I'm
have
missing.
enough for two?
And that was the day they started calling him Nine-Fingered Lafdul.
You know, Lafdul would probably get his finger replaced with regenerate or something.
Get
Do you
a
have another vial?
get a clockwork finger. From
I have
now.
5 metal vials, but it means
Could
I
you
would
do a
have to
second
use-
one? Because remember, we have to surrender a portion of all the things we got here. So if you just have one, they're going to take the one.
All right, I'll see if I can get another one.
Okay.
Is how much of this can I get? Because I can use I can use glass vials for temporary healing potions. Because I got 5 metal vials.
They're welcome.
The stuff starts to like freeze up and seep into the rocks pretty quick, so you're only able to fill up 2 vials
All right.
before you just can't scrape up anymore.
You got one and
okay.
one to turn it.
I didn't think about using it for turning in, but yeah, sure.
Lafdul of the 9 Fingers. Did you visit Mount Doom, perchance?
Did you get your finger bit off by a crowd halfling?
All right. Well, with that collected, you guys gonna head into the pass in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeldan at the back is gonna keep an eye on the cliffs because obviously this guy jumped down.
All right. So you begin heading through the pass. It is pretty narrow. It's 10 to 15 feet wide as far as you can see so far. Yeah, Braxon?
Hang on, what?
I was wondering if we still want to be roped up on. What do you think, everyone?
Alex, can you describe? I was writing in the description. Can you describe the situation again?
All right, hold on. We'll let answer Braxton's question first about roping back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any place here where we can fall?
Oh, it's not just falling. It was in case, a blizzard suddenly picked up out of nowhere as well.
Point. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll stay roped in.
We saw an example of why this is a good idea fairly recently. It got so thick that we could barely see 5 feet in front of us. Real easy to get lost if you're not connected in some way.
Yeah, I guess that's the point.
Yeah, even with the
look
light, I mean, you could see the light through the snow and everything, but it was still pretty tough to see the people beyond the person right in front and behind you, kind of thing. All right, so you get roped back up. This is a rocky pass. There is ice on the walls and everything like that. But the ground is pretty smooth. Seems almost unnaturally smooth. It is rock, not ice.
But it's been worked.
None of you have any skill with that, so you're not sure.
Maybe that acid ooze was walking up and down it.
Yeah, maybe.
Rock isn't organic, I'll point out.
But maybe Maybe it doesn't work on metal, but it works on rock. Maybe it's just a time thing. Maybe it would work on metal if it had
just takes
a
longer.
month. So I mean, it's an idea. It's certainly an idea. But
Wait,
you continue on through the pass.
Then again, we're in a valley, right?
Well, you were.
Because Yeldan could also suggest if this place wasn't cold at one point, it could have been water.
That might be it too. The valley was behind you, and it was filled with a glacier. So this would be at the end of a valley kind of thing. The pass itself winds to and fro, so even with the light, you're really only able to see like 20 feet in front of you before it's turned a bit too much to see, kind of thing. But this has cut down tremendously on the wind, so even with that going on up above you, snow is swirling down and stuff like that, but the wind is pretty much not a problem down here.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
It does feel like you're going uphill, because it is a bit of a hike. You could see kind of a slope and stuff like that. And you guys just continue tramping on.
Hike, 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 hike.
Yep.
Let's see. Your auras of comfort are still intact, but some of the other people... Let's see. Despite that, however, Higgimus, you do take a point of damage from the cold, from the exposure on the tip of your nose.
You really need a rapid scarf around your nose.
Probably do have one. It's an extremity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of nose, It's a lot of nose.
I was gonna say, like, even when I have, sometimes when I have my face covered with a scarf, my nose still gets cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's just less blood circulating through it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're definitely traveling for hours through here. It's a pretty long pass. But the going is made slower with the sled and everything like that. But occasionally you have to really work at it to get it around some of the corners and stuff like that.
Well, we need that thing that has all our supplies.
Yeah, but it does keep you from... it keeps you warm, so no further exposure at that point. However, at this point, the auras of comfort do expire. So now everyone is exposed to the full brunt of the cold.
Well, at least there isn't wind blowing on us.
That is indeed true, and it's good enough to keep you from taking any further exposure damage. However, at this point, who had taken 6 points of exposure damage and has not had that recovered?
I think we all recovered at some point.
I did.
Okay, I need a Constitution check from you, Lafdul.
Yeldan is still at 4 points.
Okay.
I think that's on my Constitution.
Okay, you're okay.
Yep.
Okay. You're still in the pass, and you're kind of flagging. It's looking at about time to make camp, you think. You don't really find a wider spot, so setting up the tents will clearly, it will completely block passage through the pass. But you are able to set up your tents in the pass if you desire.
That's probably our best option. We're not seeing anything wider.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. How much snow is around us?
Not a whole lot of snow. Occasionally there's bits of snow drop down from above. But there isn't a whole lot of accumulation down here at the base of the inside this pass.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot actually gets blown in.
Watch is going to be a little troublesome.
What?
Keeping watch is going to be troublesome.
Yeah.
Now, as you're thinking about setting up camp, the cold does start affecting some more people, and that is going to be 1 point of damage for Yeldan. Does that get you to 6?
That breaks 5.
Okay. No, 5 is okay. Lafdul, you take 2 points of damage, and I'm going to need a Constitution check.
I'm curious to see if he fails this.
Probably. I'm going to fail at some point. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also failure.
All right, and the cold is really hitting your fingers hard, even in the gloves. They're very numb. You're gonna have a chance to fail any spells that you cast that have somatic components. And you
Can
take
I
2 additional points of
cast
damage.
a spell before it gets to that point? Because
Nope.
I've got Endure Code.
Nope.
Wait. Somebody give him a temporary healing potion.
I don't know if that'll work.
I mean, you
It
can
will
think
be,
about
it's
it. This is like right at as you're about thinking about camping. This isn't something that
Yeah.
just hits you. This is something that
Lafdul just-
occurs over time.
Yeah, somebody should give him a temporary healing potion to prevent something like this, since he's so cold.
Now,
he can heat his hands up by the fire.
Beowulf suffers a point of damage from exposure.
Is nobody
And
gonna give him potion?
the mule is also suffering.
Yeldan said we're camping, setting up camp. We can warm up by the fire.
But we haven't been gaining any hit points back from that.
Nobody
find
said
out
they're
when we-
specifically sitting right next to the fire to warm themselves up. I'm just pointing that out.
All right. Is my hands to the point where I can't... Sorry, I've clearly misheard. To the point where I cannot warm myself up to cast a spell without incurring the penalty. If I'm right next to a fire.
Yeah, no, you need a lot of time to recover from that.
All right. Yes, I would like a potion. I will put it out there.
I'll hand you mine.
Thank you. I'll
Although,
probably replace
couldn't
tomorrow
Ockar
anyway.
give you a lay on hands?
He
I
laid
already
on
used my
hands.
lay on hands.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Right.
Okay, I apologize.
I did it
Lay
because
on hands.
Braxon got himself severely injured.
I got
I
you.
will do this. I want to know if it will heal this. So.
If I hadn't done that, I would have offered to heal him myself.
Alright,
Sorry.
it's fine. I can recreate these potions anyway. So, 2d4 plus 2. Yeah.
Well, that's enough to get you out of the dangerous range.
All right. Does that heal my fingers?
Yeah,
enough?
that heals your fingers.
All right. Good. All right, so it's particularly dangerous for the casters to get frostbite.
Oh, if you get frostbite on your hand. I heard AuldDragon. There's a few different locations that you probably got frostbite. Hands, feet, nose.
Higgimus loses his nose.
Hope not.
All right,
That's
so
a
you're
big
gonna
thing.
you're gonna set up the tents here in the pass, the narrow pass.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got a question to the players in the Discord, just so it's mainly for their keeping notes. If you think that's accurate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Basically, if I've forgotten anything, all the stuff that we're supposed
Ah,
to be keeping track of.
okay.
Those are all the things we've encountered, yeah.
Okay.
Legend.
Okay. So you go ahead and get your spell cast to create the campsite. Same watch schedule again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, luckily.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I
Can we-
cast Endure Elements as I say, because it lasts like 9 hours? I'm going to cast it myself.
To sleep through
Could
the
we
night.
have a better name? Could we have better names?
Yeah, I'll-
for the creature Braxon killed than a hairy worm.
Offer a suggestion, I'll enter in.
Very
I
snake.
will point out that since you guys did essentially dissect it, it was pretty clearly a snake.
Yeah.
Snake.
It was
all
pretty
right.
clearly a
Very-
reptile.
It is a woolly serpent.
Is it serpent or snake? What's more appropriate?
Woolly serpent.
Same 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah, it's like
Also, woolly serpent sounds cooler than woolly snake.
Is woolly double L? I think it's single L, isn't it? I can't remember how you spell it.
You can look it up.
That's what I'm doing. It's
Do
2 Ls.
Arctic. Yeah, Arctic's. Woolly Arctic serpent. There you go. That sounds cool.
Woolly arctic serpent. It's part mammal because it's got fur.
Okay. So you guys settle down for the night. Luckily, without the wind, it is still very, very cold, but without the wind, it does actually help tremendously. You guys will recover exposure damage overnight.
I think it's
So, what are the walls
How
like?
how much exposure damage are those keeping watch?
6.
Recovering. 6?
What?
Yeah.
We're in like a crevasse, aren't we, Ald?
It's not a crevasse. It's a like to a certain extent. Have you seen pictures of the narrow canyon that leads into Petra in Jordan?
Is this the one that was in Indiana Jones?
Yes.
How do you
Yeah. I was wondering if we would be able to make a little sort of snow wall in front and behind us.
No, there isn't enough snow.
No, that's why I
There's
asked
not nearly
about the
enough snow. We would have to travel all the way back to get your snow.
Okay. No, I just thought it was a defensive measure and stop the wind.
Well, the
wind is
wind
already being stopped
is
by
there isn't a whole lot of wind here because it's basically all up above. You're like I mean, there's occasional gusts that'll shoot through the this pass, this canyon, but for the most part, it's perpendicular to the direction of the wind flow, the general wind direction.
Yeah, I suppose also if Higgimus wanted to, and I'm not telling him to, he could block off in front or behind us with his ice
Make
wall.
a suggestion.
Yeah, but it doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about having that to help us set up the enclosure or campsite this time.
Okay, so you guys settle down for the night, and same watch, Ockar, Yeldan, Higgimus, Braxon.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. A watch for you, Yeldan, is especially bad because while most of the time there isn't wind blowing through, during your watch there is, and you suffer an additional 2 points of exposure damage. However,
I wasn't first watch. I recovered some of mine.
yeah, so you would have recovered 2, and then you'll recover 4 more
I
afterwards.
still have one exposure damage.
Yeah.
Because a total of 6.
Okay, and those who aren't on watch recover 8, which includes Biomov.
Mm-hmm.
So how much do we recover who are on watch again?
6.
Yeah.
6.
Well,
Oh,
you
it
didn't
makes
have
sense.
any exposure damage.
You don't have any.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You just heal 1 hit point for
Yeah.
resting normally.
Yeah.
Which that may put you at max anyway.
All right. So the next morning, you guys wake up. Same spells being cast again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I create another temporary healing potion. I give it back to Higgimus.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Does the Endure Cold work on Higgimus? It does not.
I've got a spare one.
no!
I've got a spare spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna cast it.
Yeah, I cast it again.
All right. So the first time you try to cast it on Higgimus, it just fizzles, and you cast it again. This time it works.
Yeah, so I don't have any backup protection active spells. I mean, I've got scrolls.
Yeah, you got the
We
scrolls.
got. I have 6 scrolls.
Yeah.
So.
How do you spell frozen?
Frozen.
Thank you. That's the letter I was missing.
Just remember the song.
All right. So the strength spell on Braxon grants 1840
1840.
+1/+3.
Yep.
And creating the amount. Okay. No wild surge. All right.
Is it a different one or is it the same one again?
It is definitely the same mule. You recognize the there's this kind of like a white spot by its ear, and it like it's giving you this look of, oh no, not again.
We're gonna keep summoning you, little guy. and you can't do anything about it.
It is resigned to its fate now.
So, what's the next landmark we're looking for? Is it that spire
type
you're
that
talking
out,
about?
bro.
Yeah, now you're looking for the spire.
What are those days for?
Yeah, it's
Right.
temporary potions. I typed Yeldan thing wrong. You got 6 days.
Braxon says to Lever, when we get back to civilization, you summon that mule and we're feeding him carrots all day.
Yeah, we can do that.
I hope that whenever he disappears, he goes somewhere nice and warm.
Probably
Who
not.
knows?
All right, so you guys get underway again. The cold is really biting now. The aura of comfort, it's still well below freezing even with the aura of comfort on. Still okay. You're not chattering quite as much as everyone else, but it's still
10 degrees
pretty
worse, I
bitterly
think.
cold. It's still pretty bitterly cold.
Everybody's kind of glaring at Braxton by now.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty quickly on the day's trip, you are able to come out of the pass after a few hours. The mule has suffered a little bit, but no one else has. The pass opens up. Oh yeah, you do need to take more.
Yeah, I didn't. I lost track of how many days we've been. I know we got -1 from the feed that we ate from the worm. So
Yeah, so that it's been another
how do you know how many in total? Anyone?
4 more days since you faced the shadows.
Okay.
So
It was
I think it's
4
been like
days.
6 days. I think it's been.
Yeah, 6. 6
um,
days out here.
you're on the
Are you
8th day,
sure?
Oh,
8.
All right, so that's down to.
but you got an extra
Only-
day's worth of food out of the serpent.
So yeah, it would be 6 days. 6 more days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
so
you,
we're
you would
half
have
a
used,
ration.
yeah, you would have used 6 days of rations so far.
mm-hmm. Because on the first day,
Well, no, you use it up at the end of the day, and it's not the end
Okay.
of the 8th day yet.
So we got 8 out of the 14 we started with.
You've used 6 out of the 14 that you started with.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
leaving
yeah,
8
yeah, oh yeah,
left.
leaving 8, yeah. So after a few hours, the you exit the pass, and you're in a kind of a valley. You're pretty sure because it like the pass doesn't just stop at another cliff. It just widens and widens, and you can see behind you the ground is the top of the pass it slopes down a bit, and
No sign of a spire yet.
no, but it's very dark. And you continue traveling on. The kind of valley that you're in, you are still going up. You still feel that you're going up, but you can still see the shadows of the edges to your left and your right. So you're kind of just going up the middle
Mm-hmm.
and continuing
That's
on.
probably right.
Now the
Yeah,
cold
still
has kicked in again. Now you got the wind blowing at you.
Ugh.
Mhm.
So, did the map say where to go after we get out of the crevasse thing?
You're looking for a spire.
Ah,
Now the the a gust of wind blasts you, Ockar, and you suffer a point of exposure damage.
dang this wind.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Ouch.
Feels like we're in Jotunheim.
It does. kind of surprised that there aren't any frost giants around ready to bash your brain in. It's kind of
Maybe Thor has killed them all.
Let's hope.
The mule suffers further, but none of the rest of you do. Now, the Aura of Comfort do expire at about this point, so the rest of you, now you're really feeling the biting cold of this area, and it's bad. It's bad.
Cold.
So bad that Higgimus suffers a point of exposure.
My nose.
I know it's Niflheim that's a cold place. Well, Niflheim.
Jotunheim is 2.
Jotunheim is also
Thrymheimer.
cold with the frost giants.
Now, Yeldan, you also suffer exposure with the lack of the Aura of Comfort. You suffer 3 points of damage as it gets into your, your parka hood and everything like that.
That's 4 points total.
And Beowulf suffers 3 points of exposure damage.
Okay, so I've suffered 1. He suffered 3.
Yeah.
Ouch.
How would you roll a con check for a direwolf?
I don't have the stats.
Ald has its stats, probably.
Yeah, I leave that up to Ald whenever he might hit.
Yeah,
This is like a.
It's more that I'd roll something other than Constitution because he doesn't actually have Constitution. He doesn't have Constitution score. You're beginning to flag because you've been going uphill basically all day, and as you are thinking about making camp for the night, you do suffer some more exposure damage, perhaps. Let's see what... yeah, and with this, the Endure Cold has ended, so... Higgimus, 3 points.
Oof.
And Beowulf suffers 3 points. Let me see how he's going to do. But he is not getting frostbite.
Thank goodness. I don't want a wolf losing his paws.
And
First stage of frostbite isn't that bad. It's the later stages that are pretty bad.
yeah, but it's all pretty bad in
When
general.
you don't do nothing about
It's the stage after you start feeling pain from the cold. That's the bad one.
Well, luckily, that hasn't kicked in yet. Now, you are thinking about making camp for the night, and you see a large shadow up ahead, very, very tall. As you continue on, it does become clear that it's a thin shaft of rock, starting out about 40 feet in diameter. You're not sure how thin it gets up at the top, but it definitely thins out at the top. Good 100 feet in the air. You're pretty sure this is the spire that you've been looking for. And
That's a spire.
right around it, or right beyond it, you can see another ridge rising up to a spur of mountains in the background.
All right, that's where we need to head.
Yeah.
All right, let's find a place to camp, I guess.
The spire, unfortunately, will not offer a whole lot of protection from the cold wind, because it just blows right around it.
Damn. So,
Is
How
there
much
snow in
snow's
this
on the
area?
how much snow's on the ground here?
There's a good amount of snow. There is a good amount of snow.
So
build
we
like
can
2
do-
sidewalls.
Yeah, you actually would have switched to snowshoes quite a while ago, I should say.
So we can't get inside that spire and sort of block up the doors.
I don't think there is any doors.
As
It's
far
just
as you can
snow.
tell, it's solid rock. It's
Ah,
not a
right.
built spire. At least
Oh,
not
got you.
not obviously. It's not like stone brick built kind of thing. I mean, it may not be natural, but it's certainly stone, like rock, as opposed to cut stonework.
All right. Well, I'll do the thing where I make a semi-circle
Okay.
with the ice wall, and then we'll pack it up.
With actual snow.
Okay. All right. You do so. And then bed down for the night. However, it is much too cold to recover any exposure
I'm
damage.
going to use my lay on hands on Beowulf once we are getting ready to sleep.
Okay.
Bring him back up to full.
All right. And then for those who go on watch, Higgimus, it's especially bad for you on watch, and you suffer 1 point of damage from exposure.
Uh-oh.
What are you
That
at,
puts me
Higgimus?
At 5.
All right. Well, you're okay. Although,
It's a 6, which you might do tomorrow.
yeah, I mean, you're not at the frostbite stage yet, so
If I use the healing potions, does that reset it or no?
yeah, that'll recover.
It
it.
does.
Well,
It
you're
also
better off
removes-
waiting until you
It,
do.
it gives you a bit of it warms up your body a bit as it heals you.
I imagine it also it removed the frostbite from Lafdul, so
Yeah, it did. I can cast my magic again.
Okay.
Wow. Less likely to fail anyway.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, you can
So
wait
the
if
first
you
time you fail, it doesn't you don't lose your fingers or anything, right?
No,
No.
no.
no,
Oh, okay.
that's probably at what 15 points of frostbite of exposure damage.
Who knows?
It's not really set in stone.
It's
Yeah.
what you're doing to deal with it. Are you doing anything to prevent it getting worse?
All right. So the night is very, very cold. You do sleep okay, but it's still not, definitely not a night that, the types of night that you'd like to see much more of, shall we say.
Yeah, we got a whole trip back.
How many
Yeah.
more landmarks do we have to go through?
As far as you know, this is the last one before the end. It should be up this ridge and at the mountain spur.
Okay. It's probably going to be the suckiest part of the journey, though.
Yep.
And plus, we got to get travel on the way back, so I'm gonna have to start supplementing our
Yeah,
feed on the
we're
way
gonna-
back.
Yep.
Just the last couple of days, maybe. And then we'll be all right.
We got our normal food rations anyway, but yeah.
Besides, there's going to be a frost giant we have to fight at the end of this.
I hope there isn't a snow dragon or white dragon. I really hope not.
All right, note to self: add in white dragon.
Ah.
I mean, So the next morning, you guys get up, casting the same spells again, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got another temporary healing potion, and I'm going to. Who's got one? Ockar, Higgimus, Braxon.
Braxon's got one.
I will give this.
Yeldan has one.
I will give
I
this
do
one
not.
to. Okay then, yeah.
Okay, I'll just add that.
All right, Braxon, you are at 1830. Let me check.
1830.
Yeah, 1830.
Plus
which
one
is
to hit,
still-
3 damage.
Yeah, +1, +3. Everything
I see a
between
pattern.
1801 and 1850 is +1, +3, but it does matter in if you're ever in a situation where you're
Losing strength.
well doing opposed strength checks against someone else with 18 something percentile strength. That's when
Yeah.
it comes in. And Leva creates the mule.
Oh, Braxton gets another point back.
Did we recover our? I thought
Uh,
we didn't.
no, Braxon
Braxon
got
Braxon does.
regular hit points.
Oh.
So he took regular
Yeah.
damage and he does get that back. Yes.
I want to get my last hit point back just before we get attacked by the big bad guy.
Getting cold here, guys.
Very cool.
I'm just thinking about the other situation that we're gonna have to go through. It's gonna be a lot harder to deal with the heat.
I thought we
Well, you
established
don't
that
get frostbite, you get heat stroke though. But I don't know how heat
Yeah.
stroke will
Yeah, I can dump
tally
water
up.
every day though. So
I thought we
It's not the
established that we don't
water.
have an overarching plot or big bad guy. We just go on random adventures.
Maybe I'll make my dust devil to make a nice cool breeze.
Not sure how that would work for that, but
It
you
doesn't
could try
last
it.
that long.
You could try it. All right, so you're casting the same 4 auras of comfort and 2 endure
Yeah.
cold. Okay.
With a
Um,
backup in case it fails
yep.
on Higgimus.
I already rolled and it did not fail.
Yeah, so I
Yay.
got one backup then. I've
All right,
been
so-
taking these.
What?
I've been taking this one spell, and I'm waiting for an opportunity to use it, like detect snares and pits.
Well, I mean, you
It's-
just need to use it, but
Yeah, I know.
I mean the
Personal gripe.
I will say that most of the trip has been over stone, in part because stone is less likely to change over time, and this is not a new map.
Hmm.
So keep that in mind. Now you are using your snowshoes at this point. The ridge that you're climbing is covered in a pretty thick layer of snow.
Another day versus rash.
I've
And
got
yes,
the
yeah,
days
another
written
day's
down.
worth of rations. As you're climbing, let's check to see whether anyone suffers exposure. Okay. Higgimus is okay, but Ockar and the mule. Ockar, you suffer a point of exposure damage, and the mule is not liking this. Being up here is out in the wind, and
It didn't like us to begin with.
it brays quite a bit on the beginning part of the trip.
Hang on, so we're down to 7 rations, or we're down to 6, sorry.
It's just day 9.
This is 7th. You used your 7th last night.
Alright. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm adjusting it. I'm doing the
Yeah.
potions at the same time, so I'm keeping track of 2 different numbers.
yeah, at the end of the day, we'll have used up 8 days of food.
Now, as you're going up this this ridge, you can see the mountains looming up ahead. Shadowed. It's basically just you can see them because they're blocking out the clouds, the slightly lighter shade of the clouds, and the wind has died down as you're going up here. You've been traveling for about 2-3 hours now, and Higgimus, up ahead you hear kind of a sound, like something vibrating.
Uh-oh. I'll tell everybody to pass the word down as we're going.
Is it coming from beneath us?
No, and you don't hear it, Lafdul. You're a little bit too far away. Higgimus is up in the front, though.
I'll
and-
pass the word down, telephone style.
Higgimus,
Leva's the closest elf.
beyond the edge of your light, you're holding your stone, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, so you're getting about 60 feet. Beyond the edge of your light, something red glows. It wasn't there a moment ago.
I yell for Braxon to get up here.
You guys want to
Braxon
start
moves up.
untying yourselves?
Yeah.
We'll start getting ready for combat.
Okay. So you guys,
Is everyone starting to move forward so we're all even or something? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. You can see. You heard Higgimus shout for Braxon. It was not too hard to hear that because the wind has died down to a much more reasonable level. It's just probably blowing like 10 miles an hour. And
Yeah, well, Yeldan will move up to get a better eyes view at it.
You got your spyglasses, you two.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't
might help
you
a little.
can't see it with the light.
Yeah, no, it's out in the darkness. There's just something red glowing there. All of a sudden, you hear the sound of something basically plowing through the snow, and coming into the edge of your light is an enormous worm-like creature heading straight for you. Initiative time.
Oh,
What the hell is that?
We found a worm of some description.
So on
wrong
its
button.
back, it has these spines with flaps of skin or something, and they're vibrating, and you can actually see, like, the air is shimmering behind it, and it's actually beginning to like cloud up behind it, like fog.
Probably gonna create a snowstorm or some, obscurement.
Oh wait, it's creating fog. Never mind. I'm changing my initiative then.
Well, it's not like a big cloud, but like the air behind it is. You can see the shimmer, which you would expect on a
impeding
hot
sight,
summer
though, right?
day, and up above it is just like it's like fogging up, like when you breathe out and stuff like that.
It's
Yeah.
impeding sight though, right? Or is it not?
No, because it's behind it. It's not like
Okay.
Is,
Then I'm not gonna change my roll.
How big is this creature? Is this huge?
Yeah.
Like, as in, I got plenty of area to shoot at.
it's enormous.
Alright, I will shoot. I'm not getting into melee if I can shoot.
I'm gonna go into melee.
Yeah,
There we go.
you sacrificial pawns go in the front.
Yeah, Braxton's going to go into melee.
Lafdul's terrible to his frontline fighters.
Okay. Anyone still need to roll?
I'm going to
Is
change
there
my
anything
roll.
else that I want to do?
You're changing your roll, Leva, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So everyone. Oh, you're okay. You're still okay.
Is that for your wand?
No,
Nope,
that's just
no,
a
she
spell.
didn't say it was surprise.
No, it was not surprise
yeah.
round. It was not
Oh,
it was not
I-
a surprise round.
We got plenty of warning, right? The ground started vibrating.
Well,
there
the
was some
ground didn't
red
vibrate.
flag.
Higgimus just heard the vibrating sound, and now that it's come within the edge of the light, he can see it's these flaps of skin, like almost wing-like things on its back that are vibrating, and that's
Is
what he
it like-
heard.
Is it like partially in the ground, digging towards us, or is
No,
it
it's on the surface. It's
Okay.
got a lot of legs, almost
Oh, so it's more like a
centipede-like.
centipede than a room.
Yeah,
than a
except
worm.
it's got a long, like the part of the body with the legs on it is back, and it's reared up, and it's rearing up
Maybe
to
it's
attack.
doing echo like detection, so to speak,
Is it
through
actually?
vibrations.
Is it actually coming at the party, or
Oh, yeah.
or looking
Yeah,
like
it's
right, okay.
running at you. It's running at you.
It's like
Right, so it's not trying to get past us. Okay.
So everyone has rolled.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
going to attack us anyway.
Leva.
I think I've never had such a fast initiative.
That's
Oh,
pretty
you've
good.
whirled one plenty of times.
All right, so you cast your magic missile
I'll search.
spell, and you get 2 missiles.
Oh god. So
Oh,
That is all.
it's like being a level 1 mage again.
No, it's like being a level 3 mage again.
Oh.
I rolled a
I
1.
thought-
I rolled a 1,
I
which is
thought it
really
was
bad. No, you get 1 missile at level 1, level 2. It's pretty bad.
you
Because
let
I
your
saw the die
dice
and I
look
didn't
at
see
the
the
dice.
plus on it.
You let your dice look at the roll I did. Unfair.
So your 2 missiles streak out of your fingertips and fly over everyone's head and smash into the beast as it's charging you. Ockar, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to. Where is the beast?
It's to the south of you. If you zoom out, you'll see it.
Okay, can I make it over to it?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm
Oh,
going
yeah.
to move in along with my wolf, and we're going to try to attack it.
Okay.
So I'm going to swing at it with my sword. I'll get another attack at the end of the round. So
Are we still on the rope?
No, you guys
No,
untied
everyone's
yourselves.
untied.
Okay.
yeah.
It was a good thing too. It was a good call.
So I'm just looking at something. So
It is a large
Yeah.
creature.
I get a plus. Yeah, it's a +1 to hit.
Is it a lizard type?
Right, no, it's just a
Is it
space attack.
reptilian?
I don't know if worms. class as
Sacco
reptilian.
13.
That's a hit.
Okay,
Maybe
and that's
mammalian.
my wolf.
That's a miss.
Okay, so and this is a large creature.
Yes.
Does it count as a reptile?
It's clearly insectoid.
Okay, so that'd be 1d12 +2.
Okay, you intercept its charge with your sword and slash at its front armored hide and do 9 points of damage.
Armored hide, as in we're not skinning this thing now.
It roars. Well, it's chitinous, so it's like
Yeah,
you know
it's a bit chitinous.
exoskeleton. All right,
You might
Higgimus.
be able to use it, but meh. Yeldan's thinking, I wonder if that. Thinking about how much ration.
As it devours Ockar or something, it's oh, I can make. Oh, maybe I should kill this.
Can I move forward and then use the power of my sword, or do I have to use my power of my sword with that?
You can move forward. Yeah.
I'll move forward and use the power of my sword.
Okay.
You really need to get that magic
2.
re-enchanted, but to have the power of Higgimus.
Higgimus already has the power of Higgimus.
Yeah,
All right.
I wish he'd hold his magic sword up and say, "By the power of grey space."
I'm pretty sure I'm stronger than he, man.
Yeah, that should be what Ockar says, and then he should turn Beomorph into something else.
Braxon, your turn.
Well, he's already
Okay.
a dire wolf. What else can he turn into?
Okay, I'm gonna try and make a cool shot for Braxon
You're using your
and
bow.
try and... No, so he's gonna rush in
Oh, okay.
and he's gonna try and cut off one of those wing things.
All right.
With his flaming sword.
That is what's your Thaco?
Thaco, the flaming sword is 13.
That is just a hit.
Just a hit.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
So,
So I need
it's-
an 18 to hit.
So it's a D12, yeah?
Yes.
I think it's an 18.
D12 plus something.
Oh wow.
Normally
something.
plus 4, but what's
Yeah,
the
so that's
plus?
6. That's 18 damage. That's pretty nice.
Good job.
It roars in pain as you
Guess who's going to target?
leap up and slash at its wing, vibrating wing thing, and you do indeed cut it off. Cut one of them off. Lafdul, your turn.
Can I? It's big enough to shoot.
Yeah.
Without hitting my allies. Can I move a little
yeah,
or not?
Yeah, that's fine actually. I'll
Like,
let that go.
like to the side of lever, so
Yeah.
I'm not shooting past
Yeah.
her.
If you
Oh,
move,
no.
you won't. You just don't get to shoot twice.
No,
Wow.
he's just
I'm moving a
repositioning.
little.
It's not enough that I'm
Okay.
concerned about that.
I have a fac at 13. It's not a hit.
That is not a hit. No.
Is that arrow lost? Like, is it gone like miles away, or was it?
Yeah,
recoverable?
it's lost in the darkness.
Yeah.
Okay, and indeed, this thing was going to go after Ockar because Ockar was the one that intercepted his charge. But he's a little bit angry at Braxon for having cut off a wing. And
Sorry,
it
Braxton's
turns...
got the armor.
it roars in a very beetle-like manner, which is very strange. But it roars and
Screeches.
yeah, maybe a screech is better. And its mouth opens wide, mandibles clacking, and it tries to chomp down on you, Braxon, and it hits.
Oh, it's not the first time Braxon's been devoured.
No.
That'd be funny if he actually gets devoured though, because you
No.
It does not. It does not devour Braxon, but it does bite him, chomps down on him for
This is a huge creature, though. So.
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
It's not that bad.
I was expecting a lot more, like 20.
Don't worry, Braxton. I can heal you after the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Or
almost as
during the
if
fight, depending on how bad it gets.
Yeldan, your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna. It has eyes, right?
It does have eyes, yes.
Cool. Called Shot Eye.
Okay.
That looks like
-4 on this. So that's 10.
Yeah, that's going to be a miss.
it must have some really good AC.
Yeah, it does.
And you do lose that arrow. You aim at its eye, but it's just moving around too much, and the arrow goes flying off into
I
the
have
darkness.
I have a lot of serve arrows now. I have like over 100. It's fine.
You can't fit those all into. You can't fit them all into a quiver at once.
No, he's not.
No, I have only
Arrows
20 in
are
a
us.
quiver, but
Probably carrying the rest of the wagon.
All right, second
Yeah.
attack from Ockar.
Yeah, we all get second attacks, right?
No, well, not everyone.
Does Braxon not get one because he did a cool shot?
No, you do,
no.
but that's a miss.
Yeah. I
Beowulf
missed.
does not get a second attack. Braxon, you get your. Well, actually, was it? It might be Lafdul. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, Braxon, your second attack. Go.
Okay, Braxton's going to do a regular attack now.
Nope.
And that's a miss. Lafdul and then Yeldan.
Oh, there goes my damage.
Unfortunately, the cold is too much. It is stiffened up your bowstring, and it snaps. But that's it.
Oh,
Still
well.
called Shot Eye.
Called shot. Then that is going to be a
11.
hit.
Cool. So it has AC 0.
Okay, 4 points of damage. Unfortunately, the eye is a really small target, and you do not actually hit the eye, but you do hit its head for 4 points of damage.
So new initiatives.
Yes, indeed.
Hit.
So I at least know my longsword's gonna do quite a bit to this thing.
It's insect-like, not
Well, yeah, but it's still
you know what I
D12.
mean.
Yeah, D12
It's a D12,
rather than D8 is what he means.
and I have a good chance to hit.
And I didn't roll a 1 this time like I did last time. I'm so sad. Oh, Higgimus rolled a 1. It's dead.
Wait, Higgimus rolled a 1?
Yeah, Higgimus rolled a 1 on an initiative. It's gonna
I
die.
don't see it.
We'll see.
Let's hope I get to it before it moves.
Anyone else need to roll?
Bread.
Okay. All right, Leva, you are going first. Continual light, trying to get the eyes. Okay. Let me roll for Wild Surge.
That means Higgimus is going to have a head with glowing eyes on his wall.
That's a good point, actually. She can
Higgimus is
spell it
going to
anyway.
have to rent.
She can
Higgimus is going
spell
to
it.
need. Yeah, but Higgimus is going to need upstairs in that building just to keep his heads in.
Lafdul, I have a quick question. The hidden thing in your sheath, your short sword sheath, is that?
Yeah.
Is there a door on that?
I don't actually know. I assume it's just a part that detaches from it. It's like an extra. I assume it's just like an extra piece that sticks on the end of the sword and makes it look longer.
Well, I mean, the sheath would be made to encompass it. I mean, it's specially made that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've always assumed it's like that, but if you want to say it's something else, it's something else.
Well, but the question is, how do you access the gems that are inside there? Something pops off? That's how you would describe it?
I guess.
Okay.
Well, you either get them from inside or
Why is he
outside, don't you?
asking this question?
Yeah.
There was a
Because,
word
because
in it.
Leva
There was a word
casts her spell, does not get what she expects,
No.
and the tip of your sheath pops off, and the gems
All my gems
spill out
disappear.
into the snow.
Oh.
Oh no, they
Right.
just fall out into the snow.
Well, I'm restringing my bowstring. I'm not exactly not looking in that general direction anyway, so
You are restringing your bowstring?
I'm grabbing the gems.
Oh, so you're canceling your previous.
Yeah, no,
Never
I'm
get
going
there.
for the gems. No, that's over 1,000 gold I've just dropped.
Okay.
and then it ate him.
So yes, specifically the and this is one of the things that
I thought it was the one
almost had no effect. All normal doors, secret doors, portcullises, etc., including those locked or barred within 60 feet of caster swing, open. The only secret compartment that I can think of is that you guys have. So that's the effect there.
Oh, cool. That's going to happen on a regular basis then.
Now,
No,
Leva might be
I mean-
aware of where I'm keeping my money now.
So that's a 1% chance on a 5% chance. So I can't do the math, but it's not very likely. Ockar, your turn.
Okay,
Please miss
so
so that I can get the creature to attack. Please miss so I can get the creature to attack.
I'm going to swing, and my wolf is going to attack as well.
Please miss, please
So-
miss, please miss, please miss. I want this
Be
thing to
quiet.
be effective.
Well, 13.
That is a miss.
Wolf's
That is a hit.
from the wolf.
Actually, let me double check.
Go be a
What
wolf.
did I write down for that? Am I thinking of the wrong number?
Oh,
His Secco is 15.
Okay, that's a hit.
Yeah, we've
go be a
established
wolf.
2d4.
Bite him.
AC of 0.
So,
Yeah, but we shouldn't
Bjornwolf just dashes in and gets his jaws around one of the legs and just, trying to rip it off for 3 points of damage. Higgimus,
Oh, I get to attack. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
please miss,
I'm
please
going
miss,
to-
please miss, please miss.
Do an overhand chop down on. Does that hit? My attack is 14 right now.
Yes. That's a hit.
All sounds so sad.
Just
It
because
might
I
not
wanted
die,
this thing to be more effective. No, it's dead. Roll for damage, though. I want to see.
How much hit points did I have left?
Oh, that's a pretty bad roll.
It was a pretty bad roll.
You rolled
However,
a 6 and 2 1s.
you bring the sword down on to you do his great overhead chop right down on its back. And I'm going to need the weapon to make a saving throw versus magical fire. So D20.
Oh!
Ooh. Does
Oh!
it get a bonus from my
does.
ring?
It gets a bonus for being a magic weapon. +1.
Exploding monster.
I think that passes.
I don't know.
Wait, do you have to get above it or below it?
I think high is better, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, you need to get
Uh,
above. And you got to
Oh,
plus one.
no.
So my spell save versus spell is 13.
No. This isn't your save. This is an item saving throw.
Yeah, so that'd
Oh.
be
Yeah,
a
metal
9.
versus.
Yeah,
what was
your
the
versus
sword
saving
fire.
might
against?
melt.
It's okay.
Oh, thank
You
God.
you bring your sword down on the glowing red spots on its back because it was trying to bite. You know, it was gearing for another bite on Braxon. You slice through its back, and there's the sword blow. You feel the sword warm up as you do so, slicing through this thing. The creature collapses down into the snow. The heat on its back, because you now realize its back was blazingly hot, immediately starts melting the snow around it, setting up gouts of steam from the snow. But it is dead.
Does it just keep on going?
No, I mean, it very quickly starts cooling off.
Oh, okay.
We could warm up our extremities in that heat.
Yes.
This thing
Well,
was incredibly
Lafdul's
dangerous.
grabbing his gems.
Yeldan's gonna go closer, put his bow away, and examine the creature. Writing down
Braxon
details
says,
of its well, actually, no. He would be examining the creature. Can't write down anything right now because the ink's probably frozen.
Braxon says, we seem to have found a meal that cooks itself.
Yeah.
I
I don't know if you want to eat that thing.
I don't think we should eat a worm.
We had
Why
another
not?
worm.
We had a
Oh,
snake.
Eat a snake, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Eating a worm and eating a snake, two different things.
Exactly. Very, very
I didn't lose my gems then. I just want to.
And this
no,
is more
Lafdul's
like
very concerned by this.
Yeldan will correct him.
I
It's
help
more
you.
like
No
Centipede.
problems.
I think Lafdul will be very protective.
Yeldan,
Higgimus
The
is
other
going
will
to call this thing
point
a
out-
polar worm.
Braxon picks
Yeldan
up
will
the
point
wing
out
thing.
It's not a worm. It's a centipede.
It's an
It has
insect. It's
50
centipede,
billion
yes.
different
Worm,
lives.
as in like.
Well,
Hey.
see, it's not really a centipede either, because it's got wings on the back. Centipedes don't have wings. It's an insect like nothing you've ever seen before.
Well, it's clearly insect. Nothing
Yeah.
like a worm. Worms are not insects.
Correct.
Yeldan will point that out, being the expert in.
Just call it a
Animal.
firebug.
I don't think firebugs are not that either. I actually.
So
think a firebug-
anyway, you can describe it however you want in your writings, and
Yeah.
you can do that as you desire. But this thing is dead, and it is quickly melting the snow around it. Although you can definitely feel that the heat is receding quickly as well. It might be a good idea to move away from it before it gets makes the area impassable.
Ooh, good point. Yep. Let's move.
Braxton's
Yeah,
going to pick up the wing that he cut off
And
of it.
cut off the head.
Yeah, I'm going to take this head, if that's possible.
That's what I thought.
The thing though is that the heat is starting to cause the body to actually decompose as well. Like whatever was keeping it, not decompose per se, but it's like it needed to be alive to keep the heat from
Keep itself together.
Causing itself
What's
damage.
happened
Alright,
to the
let's go.
wing that Braxton cut off?
Oh, that's okay actually.
Oh, well,
Okay,
we got
so
something.
Braxton says, "Oh, we got this as evidence."
Yeah, that one.
Alright.
It's a very tiny piece of evidence.
It's not a tiny piece of evidence. This thing was like
No, the
over
freaking
20
that
feet
thing
long.
is. Look at the
Oh.
picture.
Braxton says, "But hey, he collects heads. So I've got a wing."
And you can roll it up.
Yeah, we can roll it up and we can present it as evidence of the polar worm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're doing. We're collecting evidence of
What
things
are
we
we-
fight.
Classing it's a polar insectoid.
I'm gonna go with insect that is extremely hot on the inside.
I mean, you could certainly call it centipede-like.
Yeah, I call it centipede, like centipede / worm.
Polar centipede.
Trying to memorize as much as he can so he can do a rough sketch of it as well. Because this one's really strange compared to anything else they've encountered.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was scary.
So, how close are we to the spire?
Well, you've already gotten to
Well,
the
we
spire.
passed
You're
the
past the
Oh,
spire.
I mean to this mountain that we're supposed to be climbing.
well, I
Mountain
mean,
spur.
it's in the shadows up ahead, so
Should we keep going?
Yeah.
Yep. Or was it time to take a
March,
rest?
March,
it's not
March,
time to take a
March.
rest. You've only been
Yeah.
traveling for a couple hours.
So let's
Okay, here
get
you
tied back
go.
up and keep going.
Yeah, get back into position.
All right, so you get yourselves tied back up and head on, continuing up the ridge. a few more hours pass, and you find yourself. The mountains are substantially closer now. You can see they're more than just silhouettes. Even with the darkness, you can see that you're close to them. Before it was difficult to tell what was what because of the darkness, but now you can see that you've closed in, and the ridge kind of opens up, and you've got a general slope up to a sheer face at the end of a mountain spur. Like you find yourself actually coming up to what you're pretty sure is a mountain chain that has come straight out from the Shield Wall Mountains, the ones that ring the planet. Basically heading south, kind of thing. And you're at this. As you do you want to keep going up to just right up to the mountain face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You do so, and up ahead, right at the face, there's almost a semicircle flat section. The snow is fairly deep, so you're still using your snowshoes. But you find yourself at the face of the mountain, and in the light from your lantern, continual light lantern, and the continual light stone, you can see that there's you're not exactly sure what it is. It's recessed a little bit, and it's rectangular in shape but rounded at the top. And this is right now just at the edge of your light, and it looks like to the side of it, to the left, there's a black statue, about human-sized, covered in snow. Like, snow is up to its knees. It's difficult to see anything. There's snow on it. You'd have to get up closer to see it. But behind it, in the wall, in the cliff face, is this massive recess, and it's a good 20 feet tall.
What's the statue look like again?
You'd have to get closer and look at it.
All right, let's check this out.
Okay. The statue appears to be made of something like obsidian, black obsidian, and it's strangely armored. It appears to be a statue in full armor, full plate armor kind of thing, but strange in a style that Ockar's never seen before. And it's just standing there stock still, arms at its side.
Oh, if I had detect magic, then I'd
Is there
use
any
that.
place we could insert that cylinder thing we have?
Not in the statue.
What was
Does
that
it
left
look like the statue might be able to move, be a golem of some sort?
You don't know.
I do not have detect magic.
Looking at,
Oh,
I'm like,
sorry.
Yeldan's specifically looking at the feet where it touches the whatever it's standing on, to see if it's actually trying to determine if it's actually connected or not.
I mean, there's like a foot or two of snow around it. But now as you're close enough to that, you can also see that the recess in the wall behind it has strange designs of spirals and whorls all around the edge. And all right, so Asher is heading out. He's got to step away now. So it's going to be on the rest of you guys to figure things out. Just FYI.
Oh man.
But we only have about 15 minutes left anyway, so. In the center of this, there is a circular indentation. In the center of this arched recess. It is a circular indentation. It looks about the same size as that cylinder that you have.
Yeah. Cylinder goes in there then.
Alright, I'm like, let's look at, make sure it's not like some sort of golem.
I mean, you wouldn't know. You
Well,
wouldn't know what a golem
Yeldan's like,
looks like. I mean,
Lever
you've seen
might know,
some
but-
golem-like creatures in the past, but until they move, they're essentially indistinguishable from statues.
well, that's why Yeldan's like, wonder if it's might be a golem of some sort. Check its feet to see if it's actually attached to the pillar.
Well, if the thing comes to life, it might not necessarily attack us. It might go back with us.
Maybe, maybe not.
I mean, why would we send it all the way here to fight a statue?
This is an obelisk-like golem-like thing.
It's like obsidian.
Maybe not.
It appears to be something like obsidian. You're not the exact material. You're not sure of. It might be black crystal. I mean, it's black, and it's
Well-
kind of shiny in the light.
Let's put the cylinder thing in the hole then.
Oh,
Alright.
I'm just thinking what to write it down as a description. Black, shiny, armored, golem-looking thing.
Well, we don't know if it's a golem. Yeldan's
Looking
Yeah.
thing.
Well, if you put the cylinder in the hole and it turns into a golem, you can call it a golem. And if it doesn't do anything, you can call it a statue.
Yep. Black. Statue.
You should probably use that temporary healing potion, Braxon.
My health pool's fine.
Braxon could probably recover that with a temporary healing potion. You don't use it in combat.
Oh, I think.
No, so you got
Yeah.
the
It's
least
lay on hands, but-
duration on yours.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me use that before you use the cylinder thing then.
All right, I'm actually
I'm
going to
assuming
bring
we
you guys
untied
over to
ourselves
another
from each
map
other.
now.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
Alright,
scroll
black
all the
statue.
way down, and this is pretty high scale.
Alright.
Oh, hey, a door.
So scroll all the way down to the bottom. You're inserting the cylinder.
Yeah,
Braxton is drinking a temporary healing potion first.
Yeah.
That's fine.
but yeah, we'll insert the cylinder.
Okay.
Don't you want to get your armors on first? You
Yeah,
can't really-
yeah. I'll
It's
get
it's if you're trying to put your armor on, you're still outside. It's
I'll
cold.
get my armor
Hang
together
on.
for when we get
How long-
inside.
Hang on, how long have we been traveling for?
About half of a normal day. So it's 5-6 hours. The auras of comfort haven't expired yet.
They're going to expire at some point.
With
gonna
the,
get my-
with the aura of comfort on, it feels like -10 below 0 Fahrenheit. So that's
I'm
like
gonna
22, 25 below 0 Celsius or something like that. I'm not sure.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
otherwise
put
it'd be like minus
Yeah.
30. Well, I
So
don't know.
you're just getting your armor out and ready as opposed to putting it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
for when we go inside, so that I can put it on once we're inside
Yeah.
this
Something.
place.
The metal is extremely cold to the touch.
Oh, I'm wearing gloves.
Yeah, the metal goes underneath now.
Yeah, but
I'm just letting you know that it's
yeah,
it is cold.
yeah. Well, hopefully I can warm it up once we get it in there.
Do you want me to scout out the entrance so that you can get inside and change?
Well, you haven't actually put the thing in yet.
Yeah, we need to put
Yeah.
the thing in first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
so
put the thing in.
you take the cylinder and insert it into the circular indentation. It fits perfectly. It goes in about 3 inches or so, and as soon as it's in like that, it starts warming up in your hands. Not so hot that it's burning, but the lines along the edge, which anyone who tried to follow them, you quickly lose your place, get confused, and it almost seemed like they weren't, like they shifted while you looked, but not while you looked. It was very strange. But suddenly a pale light lights all of that up, and with a loud scraping sound, the recessed wall slides in and swings open, and you find yourself staring down a corridor. The corridor is pretty dark, but it's about...
Can we take it back out after that?
Yes, you can.
And it
Does it
doesn't
close?
start to close.
Will it shut immediately once it's out?
It does not. You take a step inside, and you're able to pull it out. The hallway that you find yourself in, it's about 10 feet wide. The ceiling is about at the same height of the door, so it's about 20 feet high. And with the light that you have, you can see that about every 10 feet or so, it's vaulted. So it's a series of vaults down into the darkness. And the hallway is considerably longer than the edge of your light. So you very much cannot see how far this hallway extends. I'll go ahead and reveal a little bit of what you can see.
Dungeon. I'm just gonna call it a secret passage to a dungeon.
So
Onto a hallway.
when you're talking about vaulted, is the corridor the same width, or is it sort of open areas every so often?
How warm is it in here?
Well, okay, so about every 15 feet or so, there are like false columns on the wall leading up to the top, and then you've got, and that's the edge of each vault. So you've got enough light with your lantern and the Higgimus's continual light stone that you can see that these continue in series down the hallway.
Okay then.
So how warm is it in here?
It's warmer, but you'd have to get in and like actually wait and wait for your bodies to adjust and everything like that to
That's the door.
be
You'd
sure.
have to close the doors to smell.
Braxon
Yeah,
ahead
Is
in.
there a way
Before
to
we close the
this
door, can
Yeah,
we
I
check
was
to see if
gonna-
the let's check to see if we can insert the thing from the inside before we try to close the door.
The door it's swung open fully up and it's like flush against the wall. So and try as you might, you cannot move it by hand.
Okay. In that case, let's try going deeper as we let our bodies warm up and then find a
Is
good
there
place to
no
get ourselves stressed.
is there no equivalent of another insert anywhere around?
Braxon.
You're not seeing anything. Now, as you're getting adjusted to the different light conditions in here and everything like that, looking around, you can see that at the very center of each vault is a pale light, basically about as bright as a candle, maybe a torch, probably not quite that much. It's enough to see that there is more hallway beyond what your light is giving you, and it would be enough that you could, if you put away the lights, you'd be able to see okay-ish, but it's still limiting the distance that you can see. However, you're now also seeing that along the walls there are various mosaics in between the false columns.
Can I place my hand over one of the lights and see if it generates any heat?
It's 20 feet high, so no.
Braxon's going in.
Okay.
Yes.
They're hanging from the ceiling. The lights are hanging from the ceiling.
Braxon's going inside.
I'm going with you.
Following behind everyone else. Yeldan will be the last one, keeping an eye out.
Okay. Higgimus is going with you. Is everyone going in?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess. Well, worst case scenario, I've got a potion of gaseous form. I can get out to reinsert the thing if we get trapped in. So
yeah.
Okay.
Braxton's going to have a look at the first mosaics to see if there's any sort of clue on them,
Okay.
like a map or anything.
You start looking at those. The first mosaics are actually completely black. Looking at them closely, you can see the individual tiles and everything like that. If there's a something in there, like if the edge of the tiles make a shape or something, you're not seeing that yet. But they are black glazed tiles.
This is
And you're realizing now that they're actually, like, every alternating section is the same. So there's black on either side, and then something else, and then black, and then something else, and so on down this corridor.
Braxton's gonna...
Hold on, Lafdul was asking something?
Sorry.
This isn't any religious thing, is it?
Not that you recognize.
Because I was thinking it might be something of the Queen of Air and Darkness, but I wasn't sure.
You're not terribly familiar with her, but it's not matching any of the symbology that you do know of her. Like, you would expect black diamonds, and you're not seeing that.
All right.
Now...
You're saying...
Go ahead.
You're saying black and something else. The something else, is it always the same, or is that changing every time?
No, that changes every time, and I'll get to that in a moment. Now, everyone has entered the hallway, correct? Everyone is in. You've brought in the sled and the mule.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does the door close now?
It does
Probably.
not. But suddenly, the who is at the end? Is that Yeldan, or is that?
Yeah, Yeldan said I said Yeldan would be the last one to enter.
Okay, you're bringing up the rear and keeping an eye out the back. As you do, that strange black statue suddenly does start moving and slowly walks in. It does not. It's not raising its arms or anything like that, and it seems to stop about 20 feet away from you, Yeldan.
Probably a
just
curator,
stands
whatever
there.
you call them.
Just
If you
stands there.
part way, see if it walks past us.
Yeah, like have everyone move to the side of the wall.
Yeah, see if it
Yes.
tries to go through us.
It does not.
Oh. What if we move like 5 foot each?
Yeah, if we keep going in, does it keep coming in?
Yeah, and it stays about 20 feet away from you, Yeldan.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Braxton's going to put his fingers on the black mosaic. He's trying to find out if there's different surface features on different tiles, so that there might be a picture that we can't see.
Would I?
You don't feel anything. Now,
Hey.
Leva, you're looking at the other mosaics, the one that's in between the first set of black mosaics. This is a kind of strange in that all of the tiles, like on the first black one, looking at the tiles, you can see that they're all like irregularly shaped, but they all do fit together. But there's squares, there's triangles, there's irregular polygons all throughout there, but they all fit in together so that there's at best a gap where you could put slip a piece of paper in, if that. This next tile, all of the pieces on it have right angles. Everything fits together at right angles. Some of them are squares, some of them are rectangles, some of them appear to be rectangles behind other rectangles. I mean, they're not actually behind, but that's the shape that they're giving, so they're like L-shaped and stuff like that. And they're all of white and light gray.
Can these pieces be moved in any way?
Are you gonna spend some time like poking at them and seeing if any of them come off?
Oh yeah, I didn't ask. Does this statue look like a human or an elf? Or
It's
whatever
fully armored in strange armor, the likes of which you've never seen before.
So we can't see the ears.
No, like it's wearing an odd helmet that is completely covering its head. It has 2 very narrow slits right in the front.
It doesn't look like it's an armor that might be elven in origin.
It is definitely not elven armor that you've seen before. If it's, I mean, it's nothing like any elven armor you've seen before, even elven plate armor.
And we can't remove its armor?
No, it's a freaking statue, and it's also moving.
Do you want to go up and try?
I'll see if I can. Like, see if there's any obvious like ways that the armor could come off.
I'm gonna try speaking to the golem.
Braxon
That'd be
says,
the
Braxon says to Ockar, why don't you wait till we've done what we need to do before checking out this statue?
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
then.
he can
Just
take a
in
look
case.
at. Well, he can take a look at the statue while other people are doing other things.
I just want to take a look at it. I'm not gonna touch it. I just want to examine this armor because I think it's fascinating.
Okay, you're not going to touch it.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just I'm examining it all over.
Okay.
Lara is going to check out the mosaics and see whether she can actually move any of the stones.
Right side or left side?
Starting with left side.
Okay. So, Ockar, as far as you can tell, I mean, there are joints in that, like, you can see where pieces of the armor, like, overlay other pieces and slide past to, for the movement. But as far as you can tell, every time it, like, if it were to bend its arm, like you guys move around a bit, like especially with Yeldan, and when it moves its legs and knees and stuff like that, as it bends, more armor is just exposed.
Fascinating.
So
It's
you
following
don't
us?
see any latches or buckles or anything like that you would expect in armor that you would make.
I will want
Armor's
a
permanently attached to it.
I will want a much closer look at this thing once we're done here.
Okay. Leva, you are looking at the left side panel, the white and grayish one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After about 7 or 8 minutes of poking and prodding and feeling around various places on it, a piece does actually come off in your hand. Everything else felt completely solid, but a small piece does come off in your hand.
How does it look like?
It's small. Like if you put your thumb and forefinger together, it's about that surface space. And I'm checking to see if I wrote down a shape for it.
It's obviously important.
It's just square.
Okay.
Just a little square.
Yeah.
Now time for the other side.
So you're gonna look at
How
the right
much?
side.
Yes.
Okay. You start doing much the same thing, poking, prodding, see if anything comes off, and as far as you can find, nothing comes off. Everything seems to be pretty solid.
Is
Right.
there
Was it-
anything where this little square piece I got would fit in?
Not at this end of the hallway. No one's gone all the way to the other end of the hallway.
So I
Braxton's
go to
going
the
to.
next one.
Sorry.
I go through the mosaic. Leva goes through the mosaics.
Okay. I think we're gonna have that happen next time though, because it is about time to end the session.
Yeah.
You guys have a strange armored statue-like thing following you. You've found a small piece that comes off in your hand in one of the mosaics, and you've got other mosaics down the hall that you'll have to investigate. But that will all be next time.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
let's
post
do some experience points.
XP.
I'm gonna post my notes that I've been writing down
Okay.
for these stuff.
Higgimus gets no XP because he missed the end of the game.
I'll PM him.
Yeah,
Also,
Yeah,
you're
You're
here,
all.
Lafdul?
I've got something going on as well. That's why I'm kind of not paying attention. So
That's what
sorry.
I've written down. I don't know, as Yeldan might
Well,
have more details on the creatures because
that's-
he'll be able to describe them better.
That's also one
But-
reason why, I mean, we're at the time, and 2 people have other things going on, so it's a really good time to end it anyway. So let me get experience points marked down. I'll PM you, Lafdul, if you don't respond when I...
I'm here for now. I
Okay,
mean,
well,
it's not
just in case
immediate,
you
but I
step away.
Yeah. Fine.
Well, because it'll take me a moment to calculate it out anyway.
Yeah. No, I just heard a very loud bang come from next door. I don't know what it was. And I was like, oh,
Oh, goody.
I was expecting something to happen. I don't know what it was. And they're shouting. So, yeah, fun.
Hopefully nobody got shot or something.
No, nothing like that. I just a banging sound. I don't know what it was. Like something fell over or something. But it was like very loud. So basically, it meant that I might have to go and investigate what it is.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Quieting down now, but
There we go. That's what I got written. And then, of course, the giant polar centipede-like thing has a rough sketch of what it looks like. Whether or not it's any
Yeah.
good is up to.
I think me and you would just be doing a very similar thing anyway, comparing notes.
Braxon says to Lafdul that he should probably draw the pictures of the mosaics.
Lafdul will attempt to. Wow.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely sketch out the mosaics on pages as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is going to be... For Higgimus, Braxon, Yeldan, and Ockar, 1,270 experience points.
That's-
1,270.
That's good.
Well done.
It's all right.
Wow.
Hmm.
At our current
Yeah.
level, that's pretty decent.
And for Leva and Lafdul, that'll be 1,100.
Woohoo.
And for Lafdul, an extra 100 for your priest.
100.
Yeah, for
You've been
for
keeping us alive.
the constant casting of the beneficial spells to...
Yeah, no,
do
that's
it
what I was thinking. Because my duties are traveling duty as well. So
Yeah, well, it's also
Something
kind
that
of
was playing
overcoming
into it.
issues, overcoming problems. It's certainly helping. Like the whole this whole trip could have been substantially worse without that.
Mm.
That those spells being cast. So
Hmm.
It looks like we're gonna soon have to be subsiding off of food from Lafdul too. Ugh.
Yeah, he'll have to start casting his create food and water for us.
well, I mean, it is kind of bland and everything like that. So
Yeah.
keep
He'll
you
get-
alive.
He'll get us through.
but
We could always eat the mule.
I have a
Fun,
feeling
fun.
that
You can't.
I-
No, actually, you can't. I mean, you could kill it and eat it, but then when the spell expires, it will vanish out of your belly.
And then we can eat it the next day.
Yeah, except then
It
you will be
spoils.
hungry. No. See, you kill it, you eat it, you ingest it. It's in your belly. It vanishes,
Oh, sorry. No.
and so you won't get any of the nutritional benefits from it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for playing. Thanks everyone for watching. We will be back next week. See if the party can figure out what's going on with these mosaics in this hallway and this strange black statue thing.
Thanks for the game.
I am going to run
can-
the pictures again for the recording, but so that anyone watching to the end of this can see it. So anyone who wants to see them again can stick around. I will post them in various places, probably tonight, however. Thank you guys for watching. See you next week.
Bye.
see ya.
See ya.